Where's the best place to start your career? While cities like San Francisco and New York have the highest entry-level salaries, some parts of the country are seeing faster wage growth for young Americans. A new report says that Provo, Utah, Boise, Idaho, Orlando, Charleston, and Austin are seeing the biggest salary gains for early career workers. And the report says that these workers will have the most purchasing power since 2020 next year. And this is interesting because you think about San Francisco and you think about New York City. Obviously, the entry-level salary is going to be a little higher because it costs so much to live here. That's really a key element of this equation, Jerry.
I agree. I think it matters how much you get started, what your starting salary is, compared to what you pay to live in that city. But I'm looking at the cities they have listed here. I would love to live in some of those cities.
Right?
Send me to Utah. You know, I just think those places sound great. Austin, maybe not.
The thing I see in common with these places is I think they're fairly low regulation, low government involvement places. So if you're a business, instead of spending your money and your time on taxes or regulatory compliance, you spend it on your workers, and they're relatively free places. So if a worker creates great value, the rewards actually return to the worker. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how federalism's supposed to work. That's why people leave New York and end up going to places like this. And in a lot of these places, the housing market is hot, and the migration is hot for that very reason.
COVID had a lot of negative things, but one of the best things that I think we've taken from COVID is the idea that New York and San Francisco aren't the center of the universe.
Definitely.
There are so many incredible, burgeoning second, third tier cities that are growing up, and you can work there because you can work remote, or companies figure it out. I don't want to be here if the city's shut down. I want to be open where my employees can come, and people had really taken to heart cost of living, work-life balance, wanting to be in a community where I can raise my family. Those aren't in New York and San Francisco. Safety. And so I think companies took note. Some smart ones moved. Their employees went there. And so the best thing about COVID, totally opened up our world. New York City is not the center of the world, and I love it.
It's a little late for us, Dagan. But if it wasn't, I would start over somewhere else.
After COVID, the payrolls, the employment market in New York is back above the peak before pre-COVID in New York City. So I blame the companies that made people move here. A lot of it was technology. It was Google and Meta, a lot of the technology companies that just bought up massive amounts of real estate all up and down the West Side Highway. You can't miss it. But in terms of some of the greatest places to live, visit, but live, the entire area around Provo and Salt Lake City, because you have direct access. You live in Provo, you've got direct access to literally the best skiing in the United States. People will argue about that, about who has the best powder, but like Little Cottonwood Canyon is right there for if you live near Provo, and Alta, one of the greatest mountains, and then in Boise, but we talk about real estate and raising a family. There is nothing better than access to the outdoors, the summer and the winter.
Well, in Des Moines, you have direct access to great pork chops, too. So if you like skiing, go to Provo. If you like pork chops, Des Moines is your place for direct access.
I thought it was Boise. Boise is incredible, too.
That's great. Love it.
As soon as I can learn to walk and chew gum at the same time, I'm going to be skiing Black Diamond all the way.
So you can be a ski bum, have a higher entry-level salary, probably a better quality of life, and a healthier one. The air is just cleaner.
My husband's cousins did it. They relocated. They left San Francisco, left New York, went to Salt Lake City, bought a house, living the dream, working remote tech companies, skiing. So it's possible, and the youngsters are doing it.
If I had to choose between those cities, I'd definitely choose like the Wasatch Mountain Range, that area, or
nice.
Up in Boise, over, say, Charleston. Humid.
Yeah.
It's humid
There's a lot
It's humid in December in Charleston.
And it floods now all the time.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if you moved out west, you would be driving around in a Tesla. Maybe. We're looking at it. I don't know. It was an awkward transition.
Not in the cold weather. They don't.
was that for me?
They don't do well.
Sorry.
They don't do well in cold.
I didn't mean to leave you hanging there.